Hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to TGIF Friday. Thank God it's Friday, although the week has gone by so fast. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. Nope, not yet. There we go. Nope, not yet. Oh, I see the thumbs up. Okay. Good. Welcome, Church Nelly. Okay. Let me set up here very fast. As you know, I was busy as a cat covering up poop, working up to the very last minute. It's incredible. I know, let me see. Okay. Let's see if the slides will cooperate. Because I'm working so much, my computer is about as hot as a firecracker right now. And you know what happens? A hot computer is a slow computer. So keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope everything cooperates. That's slide number 1. Okay. Number 2 is up. Number 3. Oh, we're doing this. We're so doing this. Okay. And number 4. Excellent. There we go. Ha! I love when things work out. And that other thing is set up. Good. Good, good, good. Happy Friday. Okay, now I can say hi to everyone. Um, you know, when it's that change of weather, you get that little where it seems like, or maybe it's not the change of weather, maybe it's the change of person. Maybe I'm just getting older and I'm starting to get that like my grandfather had. Okay, congratulations, Baron. Thank you, Marcy Foreman. 5 million views. Can you stand it? I can't believe it. Thank you, Susie Q. Let me see. Who are we have here? Madison Bonaparte. Thank you. Jessica Foreman. Melina Lucia. Oh, you're from Cameroon. Welcome. Okay. Jessica Foreman. I said hi. I think Sunny B. Lydia Washington. Thank you. Mari Kota. Hi, everyone. Did you see the awesome timeline some of the Sussex squaddies did for Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan? I have seen that. It's on Twitter. That is amazing. And that timeline is looking for support. So if you guys want to support the timeline, which is something I have to do myself, whoever put that together went through a lot of time, trouble, and no doubt expense to do that. So remember, we have to support the Sussex squad because this community is the only thing standing between the Sussexes and the tabloid media, that horrible institution, and so on and so forth. And sometimes we even have to stand our ground with the American media, which I can't stand. And I'm just like, why are they? Oh, I'm not even going to get into that. I'm trying not to think about the way that some of our, um, American media outlets seem to overly represent the House of Windsor over in Narnia. But that right there kind of gets on my nerves, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they tend to take it a bit too far, where they seem to question the motivations or motives, if you will, of the Sussexes, and I won't stand for it. You hear me? I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick! I'm sick of it. I am absolutely sick of it. Anyway, that was my meltdown for the morning. Hello, Dara Edgehill, Mary H. Welcome, one and all. Yes, thank you so much. 5 million. Okay, I have to say, I kind of cheated a little. As I made this, actually, I had to edit the photo that you see there. Originally, it said 4 million views in 10 months. Well, April 15th is when I finally sat down after a year of sitting idly by, suffering through the pandemic, suffering through the orange menace, I finally sat down and I said, you know what? I have to commit myself to this channel. The Sussexes need me. Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but Sussexes need me. And so I decided, okay, finally, I'm going to do a video every day until I just can't do it anymore. And as you guys know, I have been working on this channel from April 15th to this very morning nonstop. I've gone to New York and I still worked. I went to go see about family business and I still worked. So that is how committed I have been to Royal Sussex. Yes, it is time for a little tea, but we're going to try to keep things as positive as possible because that family seems to monopolize the headlines. So, yes, let's indulge ourselves in a little tea. Maybe only slightly messy today. We'll see how it goes, but ever so slightly messy. But I really want to focus on the Sussexes because it's like we're in a emotional vacuum when it comes to Narnia and the co-conspirators over there. We just need our peace, right? I mean, we should be in a great mood because the Invictus Games will be here soon. So we have no reason to and that's what the devil wants. The devil wants us to drown in that whole fourth, fifth, or sixth funeral that they had the other day. You know what? Let them have it. Let them enjoy their pudgy little perverted prince or whatever. Let them enjoy that slimy thing, whatever. Let them have their time. But thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And happy Friday to you. But yeah, shall we have a little tea? I think so. I think it's a good idea. Okay. So thank you, Queen Charlotte. And yeah, so I I didn't think about it until like maybe I want to say about a month and a half ago or something like that. Uh, on another channel, someone mentioned the fact that they had over 1 million views, and I was like, I wonder how many I have. And when I looked, I couldn't believe it. I was over 4 million. I'm just like, who spent 4 million views listening to me? Well, somebody has. God help them. And so, as time went by, I realized that I was close to 5 million. So last night I said, okay, I'm going to change this. Maybe by the end of the week, it'll be 5 million. How about overnight? When I woke up this morning, it was exactly 5,323 views so far. That is actually a quote from the channel Analytics. So I have to thank all of you all, especially for you all who have gone back and watched a video once, twice, 3 or 4 times. That is absolutely phenomenal. The fact that some people have actually gone back and watched over, or you have shared the video with someone, um, I tell you, I am just blown away by this. 5 million views. Yes, I almost feel like singing that song from Ren 525,000. Anyway, but I won't bore you with that. So, I was hoping for the celebration that they would bring in some entertainment, like perhaps a dance routine or something. It would be so nice if we can set aside our differences and the jazz hand crew could come in and dance, for a celebration or something like that. Now, I'm not going to hold my breath, but it would be cool if they did like some interpretive dance to help me celebrate today, you know? Just something. Yeah, just some kind of little something. Oh, they got horrible music on this string yard. They have nothing really nice. Oh, that's awful. Oh no, that's even worse. Okay, I quit. That's not working out for me. But yeah, if I could just have an interpretive dance from the jazz hand, crew, that would really, really make my day. So, I want a jazz hand. I want a easy touch. So, I was thinking about, that time when I hung out with the Queen. Um, I was thinking about that time I hung out with the Queen, and I got to thinking, what would my friend Betty say today? If this was Betty, hanging out with me for 5,000,000 views, what would Betty say? Betty would say, "What a effing year," right? So, anyway, I won't say the name of the squatty, but someone sent me the photo on the left, and they said, "I think you might like that." I'm just like, "What in the world would make you think? Just what would make you think that I would like something like that? What would make you think?" Well, um, with my warped, twisted mind, of course, I would like it. Matter of fact, I would love it. Sitting back, having a couple of brewskis with Gangster Gan, or maybe a little Cavassier or some champagne. Wait, not champagne, champagne. That would make my day. So that would be a good way to celebrate 5,000,000 views. But again, I won't hold my breath. I'm not going to expect an interpretive dance from Jazz Band Crew, and I'm not going to expect, Gangsta Gang to ring me up on a day like today. But if they did, I think that would help to make the day complete. So, that's enough about the 5,000,000 views. I would like to wish a happy retirement to someone very special, Betty Reid Soskin. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, the oldest active ranger in the National Park Service at age 100, retired today after a remarkable career, which I think was actually yesterday she retired. But this lady has been around for quite some time. Talk about a feminist. Now, I don't know if she would declare herself a feminist, but she has um, she has been known as the oldest working park ranger in the history of the United States Park Service. So I just wanted to celebrate her for that incredible achievement of having worked for so long. And of course, even though we have lost Betty White, this is one person who managed to make it to that big round number. Um, so I'm just I've been in awe of her for about 15 years. I remember when she was like 85 years old and the oldest park ranger, and that by itself was a phenomenal achievement. So yeah, just someone that you should know. Let me see here. I'll tell you a little bit about her in just a second. Which one am I looking for? Okay, this one. 100 years young. Is that the one? Nah, not that one. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so just a little background about her. Not only has she been like a raging feminist for all these years, but she has also been someone who has not stayed within the confines of life's expectations. The devoted park ranger said she enjoyed being a primary source of history at California's Rosie the Riveter World War II home front National Historical Park. So she actually was working at the park dedicated to Rosie the Riveter. The National Park Service's oldest ranger has announced her retirement at age 100. Eddie Reed Soskin's last day was Thursday at the Rosie the Riveter WW2 home front National Historical Park in Richmond, California. where she led programs with the public and shared her own experiences from the war with visitors. Yes, this is one of the greatest generations. She was actually around during the Second World War, no doubt, right? So being primary source of sharing that history, my history, and giving shape to a new national park has been exciting and fulfilling, Soskin said in a statement from the National Park Service. It has proven to bring meaning to my final years. Suskin was born in 1921. Her Cajun Creole family moved to Louisiana when she was a child. They moved again to California after being displaced, along with hundreds of thousands of others, by the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. During the Second World War, she faced discrimination working for the United States Air Force before going on to work as a file clerk in a segregated Union auxiliary. In 1945, she and then husband Mel Reid opened Reid Records, a Berkeley music store that became an institution, and when it closed in 2019, was the oldest record store in the state. She was a political staffer at the local and state level, and in early 2000 started helping develop plans for the Rosie River World War II Home Front National Historical Park, which opened in 2001 to honor the working women of World War II. She got more and more involved in the park, and by 2011, she was a permanent National Park Service employee. It just goes to show it's not over until it's over. Suskin had been a devoted advocate, making sure that Black women's experiences are included in the history of the park commemorates. She also said she hoped that seeing her could inspire girls of color. I still love this uniform. Okay, there we go. Here's another photo of her with her family. She told the Today Show in 2015 she still loves this uniform, partly because there's a silent message to every little girl of color that I pass on the street or in the elevator or on an escalator, that there's a career choice she may have never thought of. Isn't that inspiring? So anyway, I just thought that was somebody that you should know. Again, she is going to retire. Just think about that. At such a mature age, she became a park ranger. That she didn't see that coming. Okay, so let me take a couple of your comments. Let me see what's next. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll leave that there for you. Or perhaps let's go back to this one. I love this one where it looks like she's, I guess, vibing with the crowd. Okay, everybody. Happy Friday. Am I sounding a little, what is that? Succotash? Okay, Baron, thanks for spotlighting Betty. Our society tends to revere younger people and ignore wise older folks. Well, Joan Garcia, I'm glad to share that. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, I remember her. I didn't know she was still working. But yeah, she's only just now retiring. I love that very 1940s look she got there on the left. Wasn't everybody Lena Horne back in those days? I think my grandmother has a photo like that. Hello, everyone. Hope you all are doing well today. Happy Friday. Today is my mom's 90th birthday, and I am so blessed to have her with me at age 64. Dad passed away in May 2018 at age 88. Well, Diana Ware, congratulations to your mom for this new milestone, 90 years and counting. How about that? Happy 90th birthday. Yay. Okay, you're saying hi. I'm scrolling. Yeah, I'm scrolling. What else we got here? You're going too far now with the queen. The jokes are tasteless and downright rude. Well, thank you for joining us, Barbara Chang. Thank you for hate watching. and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Now, where's those photos of the Queen? There we go. Okay. Enjoy, Barbara. Enjoy. Next, buddies in BDA. What is BDA? I'm sorry. Sometimes I get lost when I see that. I'm sending love to the family of Wayne P. Simon of Bermuda, who has winged his flight to the celestial realm. You are loved. Okay, okay. I think that is a life celebration. So, okay, we're going to celebrate the life of, let me say the name again, Wayne P. Simon. All right. What else we got here? I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling. Uh, oh, okay. So let me check. Let me check. That's what you're saying to me. Let me check and see what my mic is doing. As I said, my computer is kind of hot, and that may be the problem. Let me see. Nope, not that. I'm gonna do a sound check. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Check your mic. All right. I hope that helps. Or let me see. I might be able to do something else here. Give me a second. It's not over till it's over. All right. Yeah, what I think it is actually when you're doing a lot with the StreamYard, it gets rather glitchy. So it's not the mic, it's actually the system. And but I may have a solution here. Give me a second. And then you all let me know if this is better. Studio. Okay. Um okay, so that didn't work out. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Okay, there's an echo. All right, let's see if that's better. Okay, better? Where's the audio? Got him. Okay, good. Joy Bell, we're good? Now I can hear you. Great. Okay. Sorry about that. But yeah, the StreamYard gets a little glitchy sometimes. And I know you all have experienced that on a couple of other channels, but yeah, it's never the microphone, it's always the StreamYard. It can only do so much processing before it goes south. So, okay, that's better. I think you guys probably were better off when you couldn't hear me, but whatever. All right, so that is solved. That's enough of all of that. Let me get rid of her and go back to Betty. All right. So we know all about her. And then on to this. Okay, so from giving birth to her second child to announcing a new partnership with the fintech platform, the Duchess has had quite an eventful year. So, there you have it. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has made a list of 50 uh, women changing the world, which, of course, why wouldn't she be on that list? She is one of the most influential women in the world right now and part of one of the most influential couples in the world right now. So it only stands to reason that our Duchess of Sussex would, of course, make a list like this. So I'm not surprised. Montecito miracle. Okay, Montecito. What is happening in Montecito? There are no leaks. And do you guys know that today is Sussex Freedom Day? Today is the day when the Sussexes were completely, and I use this word loosely, emancipated from the royal family. This is when they officially, after the year of review, this is when they were officially cut adrift from Narnia. And boy, have they done well. Now, some estimates say that the Sussexes are making, well, I'm sorry, are as worth as much. And I hate to see when they do the net worth, but the net worth is reportedly being that of about $250 million and counting. So, if you do the math, let's say if they've done that in 2 years, imagine where they'll be in 8 years, 10 years. As someone said, they were actually likely to make $1 billion in their lifetimes. So I can see they are on track for that. Harry has been anxious to get into production. Megan, as you know, has never wanted to be a lady that just lunch. She has wanted to work. And both of them have wanted to use their platform to help other people. This is something that Megan has proved again and again. She's not new to it, she's true to it. The Duchess of Sussex, even back in the days of Suits, even back in the days of her childhood, when she was trying to break the shackles of women being confined to the kitchen with some dishwashing liquid designed just for women to make their husbands happy. The Duchess of Sussex decided to go on a letter writing campaign, which is how she got to know people like Linda Ellaby and, of course, the future Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And I think she actually also wrote Madeleine Albright. I want to say she also wrote Madeleine Albright, but it was a lot of women that she looked up to and that she looked toward to solve this problem because she was not getting the satisfaction of a change from the producers of the detergent, dish detergent. So she decided to go over their heads. And fast forward all these years later, and there the Duchess of Sussex and the Duke of Sussex have become the most influential couple in the world. And this, of course, as evidenced by their work over the past year, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex remain committed to their duty and service to the UK and around the world and have offered their continued support to the organizations they have represented, regardless of official role. We can all live a life of service. Service is universal. So, this was something that was written as they left the shackles of Narnia, the restrictions, the confinements of Narnia. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex decided to step away from the family, and as doing so, they were somehow, I guess, put down by the establishment. And so they decided to snap back with a little message of their own, reminding them that indeed service is universal. Okay, so that is that one. Anybody got something they would like to say in the comments before we proceed? Um, and like Montecito are kind, generous, and are good neighbors who really love their children. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised at all because that's how we roll. That is how we roll. The Sussexes. Okay, let me put that one up there. Okay. Any other comments? Okay, Joe, you say, don't you just side eye with scorn with the constant enumeration of their bank account. Their disgusting jealousy wrecks the disdain, hence the clicks for cash exploits. Well, and don't forget, we all have to know how much the house costs. Their home cost a whopping 11 million pounds or $14 million. They cannot write a story in the tabloids without reminding us that they live in a $14 million mansion when they really should tell people that they were smart enough and clever enough to get that house at half the asking price. That's the story. Not that they were able to afford it, but that they were able to purchase the house at approximately half of the asking price, which was already down from the $50 million that was the original listing price. So not only are they living in a very large house, but they're smart. As Judge Judy says, they don't keep me here because I'm beautiful. They keep me here because I'm smart. So score one for the Sussexes. Okay. Okay. Anybody else? All right. I guess I should move on then. They are going broke in the UK because of no info. So they make up stuff. Yeah, they make up stuff. The clickbait is everything for them. Hi, Sheila Watson. Happy Friday to you. Where did they want them to live? At the Greyhound bus station? Oh, I tell you, that would have just made their day. I never watched that guy, and he never comes up in my feed, thank goodness. As a matter of fact, every time I try to mention the fact that I hate watching him, I never remember whether it's Neil Sean or Sean Neil. But yeah, that guy, he makes my blood boil. So I'm glad he doesn't come up in my feed. Something negative to say about Meghan or the couple are the British media and Shutter Island haters. Won't they do it? Won't they do it? Okay. TS is discussing how they always talking about money when it relates to Meghan and Harry and never mention money or finance when it relates to Will and Kate. Yeah, and that is deliberate. There was a time when they would speak about how much money they have wasted or how much they're spending and about their travel, but it has been all Sussex all the time. So, of course, they won't mention anything about them any longer. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on. I was reminded about something. They were saying the year Hattie McDaniels won Oscar for Gone with the Wind, I'm sorry, the year Hattie McDaniels won her Oscar for Gone with the Wind, people had to pull favors to let her in the building. And she was made to sit at the far end of the room against the wall with her agent. So, no, not the most shameful night in Oscar history, not even top 20. Uh, and we all know what this is in reference to, but I'm not going to talk about that. This is the fact that this was the most shameful night in Oscar history. As you may remember, Hattie McDaniels was the first African American man or woman to win the Oscar. And someone on the let's see, Joseph Angel, I think it is. Local newscast said Holly Berry was the first African American woman to ever win an Oscar. First African American woman to win a Best Actress Oscar. Yes, but Hattie McDaniels was the first African American man or woman to ever win an Oscar. Put respect on her name. All right. Put respect on her name. And it's very true. She was the first African American man or woman to win an Oscar. So they probably should have mentioned that in that news story, which I didn't see that news story, obviously. But Hattie McDaniels, it was quite painful the way she read that speech that was written for her by the studio, and they almost wouldn't even let her in the room. So I believe Clark Gable said that if you don't at least let her in the room, I'm not going to show up. I don't know if you guys know this, but Hattie McDaniels and Clark Gable and a few of those other people of the day were quite cozy with one another. So the lurid parties that they had back in those days, sometimes right at Hattie McDaniels' house. So I tell you, if I could go back in time and I could be a fly on the wall, nothing would give me more pleasure than one of those old Hollywood parties. Let me see. Okay. Hey, Connie Bomber. Okay. Let me see. Their kids must be extremely beautiful. I love Meghan and humble. They are so humble. Okay. Sheila Watson said, "Did you know Clark Gable was African American ancestry? Look it up." I saw something about that. That at a certain point, I think the person that I saw had went back through his ancestry, and so there was never anything definitive about it in the paperwork or any records, but it was said that he himself um, seemed to have known African Americans in his childhood and such, as well as he seemed to be very close with Hattie McDaniels. So, um, that was his peeps, in other words. Let me see. They're still trying to keep us out of many rooms these days. So true, so true. Let me see. Miss McDaniels paved the way for Hallie and the rest. Very true. She was much maligned for the type of roles that she took. But if I can quote Miss Hattie McDaniels, I'd rather play a maid for $700 a week than be a maid for $7 a week. So that was her rationale. Um, okay. Here in the UK, the tabloids, the royal rodents, and the media are realizing that they're no longer relevant. The money have dried up so much from the Sussexes leave. They're looking for other jobs. And don't forget, they have been paying out big bucks. Like, for instance, Lord Nappyhead had to pay a lot of money to the Duchess of Sussex via his newspaper, the Daily Fail. And there are more lawsuits pending. So uh, I think if there was ever a class action lawsuit, of course, the people that would go after people like the Daily Fail would be branded as elitists and greedy or whatever. But a big class action lawsuit would all but shut them down. I have no doubt about it. If these celebrities and politicians would band together and take some of these, you know, journalists or journalists, he's not a journalist, but take someone like this to court, the owner of a publishing company, take them to court, take the Murdochs to court. You could essentially bankrupt them. They seem to have a bottomless pool of money, but that's not true. Everybody has a price. everybody. So some prices are just too much to pay. Let me see. White's partying it up for Hattie. She was not only a good actress, but a good friend and party host. Yes, I keep hearing stuff about that. I keep hearing about that. Hey, Mo Shannon. Didn't see you in here today. Okay. Well, anyway, that is a little bit of Hollywood history, something timely given the fact that we have all been shocked this past week. Well, essentially, we now know that that was not the worst history of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science. There was that occasion when Hattie McDaniels was forced to sit at the children's table and she was given a speech to read. Oh, I saw her read that speech one time. It was absolutely dreadful. It was dreadful, I tell you. Okay, so let's get in the mood for Invictus, shall we? Let's get in the mood for Invictus. That's why I said I don't want any negativity today. I just want to focus on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and, of course, the up and coming Invictus Games. It has been draining the past 2 weeks with, the that horrible tour of the Caribbean, and also with the stuff at Westminster Abbey. I'm just sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick. I'm sick of it. So let's get in the mood for Invictus. Is other things that are going on, and we should definitely be in a good mood. We shouldn't allow them to pull us down with that nonsense, because the Invictus game is going to be huge for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And of course, let's be fair, this is Harry's baby. This is Harry's baby. And he's the one who saw the Wounded Warriors and became inspired enough to establish the Invictus game. So let me see. Is it this one? Let me see if I can do that. Okay, I can do this. And then there we go. I hope this is the right one.
One more time, guys, please. No, I need to get this right, and I want to get it right as well. So, how do I say, good afternoon, you did a great job in Dutch?
Goedemiddag. Jullie hebben het gedaan.
Okay.
Goedemiddag. Jullie hebben het goed gedaan.
Goedemiddag, jullie hebben het goed middag.
Yes.
Thank you. And what else? Anything else I need to know?
Can you say stroopwafel?
Stroopwafel. Love this. I get double thumbs up from Fenna. I get a slightly bizarre looking face from Yella. Are you a teacher in your spare time?
I was before I...
That's why!
What else? What else do I need to know?
Scheveningen.
Scheveningen.
Scheveningen. Scheveningen.
Oh dear. Okay.
Scheveningen.
Wat goed!
Wat goed! Yes, very good.
Do you think I'm ready?
We think you're ready.
Dankjewel. Tot ziens in Den Haag.
And don't forget your hat.
Ah, yes. Don't forget my hat. I got my hat. I got my hat.
Oh.
And the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
You're ready. You're ready.
We're ready.
All right. Shannoning. Oh, man. Shannoning. I can't even say that. Let me see. How did he say it? Shannoning. Anyway, that is a tough word. I mean, who has a Shannoning? And especially now that I'm over 50, I'm not even sure I can still reach my Shannon in the name. And thanks to gravity, my Shannon in the name may be a lot further south than it was just a year ago. So What is a shenanigans? Okay. Anyway. Yes, now that I'm over 50, I doubt if I could ever reach my shenanigans again. But oh, so this is one of my favorite things is this one right here. Countdown to the Invictus Games. A squatty posted this a couple weeks ago with the Invictus version of Sleeping Beauty starring Ozzy, Chris Lane. He got a royal wake up from Harry when he was sneaking a quick nap by the pool. I was just having a snooze. The next thing I know, I got Harry in my face. That doesn't sound strange, does it? I got Harry in my face. That doesn't sound strange. Anyway, so but yeah, I love these photos. I mean, if you have to be surprised, what a better way than having a real bona fide prince of the realm wake you up. Yeah, the only thing is more surprising is if I could ever reach my shenanigans. You guys know how once I get a word implanted in my mind, I cannot stop saying shenanigans. The Invictus Game Foundation welcomes Boeing as the official partner of London today, the 29th of March. The Invictus Games Foundation is pleased to welcome Boeing as official partner in a multi-year agreement. So let me make the font bigger. I can barely see that. If I squint my eyes just right, a multi-year agreement supporting international wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans. Boeing is also announced as premier partner to the up-and-coming Invictus Games, The Hague 2020, presented by Jaguar Land Rover to the Invictus Games Dusseldorf 2023. Well, as you know, 2020 has now become 2022. Or as Barbara Walters would say, Winty, Winty, Woo. Winty, Winty, Woo. Barbara Walters would say the Invictus Games of Winty, Winty, Woo. Don't you love when I'm in a good mood? The Invictus Games of Winty, Winty, Woo. Thank you, Barbara Wawa. Okay, so enough of Barbara. I have pre-recorded, let me see if I can make this work. I have pre-recorded the press release from Boeing, and I'm going to try to bring that for you. Let me see, make it work. The Squatties, Invictus Games Foundation welcomes Boeing as official partner. Press release from Boeing actually posted on Tuesday, March the 29th, 2022. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to actually dive into it, but here I am today. The Invictus Games Foundation is pleased to welcome Boeing as official partner in the multi-year arrangement supporting international wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and veterans. Boeing is also announced as premier partner to the upcoming Invictus Games, The Hague 2020, presented by Jaguar Land Rover and the Invictus Games Dusseldorf 2023. We are very grateful for the long-term support of Boeing for the Invictus Games movement. This builds upon their sponsorship of the Invictus Games Sydney 2018 and now extends to a multi-year games partnership agreement in a first for the foundation, said Invictus Games Foundation CEO Dominic Reid. Our work supporting international wounded, injured, and sick servicemen and women through support is only made possible by partners such as Boeing, which has committed to long-term support for veterans and their wider communities. At Boeing, we are committed to supporting transitioning military service members, veterans and their families globally, said Zaid Ajakali, Boeing's Executive Vice President of Government Operations. We do this by funding employment readiness programs for transitioning service members and their spouses, as well as through our support of organizations like Invictus Games Foundation, which work to improve the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of veterans and their families. I am excited about the reach of this incredible partnership and look forward to the great competition. In 2021, Boeing contributed more than 11 million euros in support of veterans' workforce transition and recovery and rehabilitation programs globally. Over the past 5 years, Boeing has contributed more than 10 million euros to support charitable organizations across Europe. This includes approximately 1 million euros for programs that support veterans and their families living on the continent. On behalf of the 140,000 Boeing teammates around the world, including approximately 20,000 veterans in our ranks, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all those competing in this year's Invictus Games, said Sir Michael Arthur, Senior Community across the world. Boeing is proud to support this year's Games and celebrate the achievements and dedication of all Invictus Games competitors. This year's Games are taking place April 16th through 22nd in the Netherlands after 2 delays caused by the pandemic, featuring 500 competitors from 20 nations taking part in 10 sports. The Games will also bring together family members and friends of competitors to acknowledge their role in recovery, post-injury, or illness. The Invictus Games Dusseldorf 2023 will take place in Germany September 9th through the 16th, 2023. About the Invictus Games Foundation. The Invictus Games Foundation is the charity behind the Invictus Games, founded in 2014 post the inaugural Invictus Games London 2014. The foundation oversees the delivery of the Invictus Game as well as support for its international community with opportunities to use sports, esports, and adventurous challenge for recovery beyond the Games. The Duke of Sussex is a patron of the Invictus Games Foundation. The Invictus Games have so far taken place in London in 2014, Orlando 2016, Toronto 2017, and Sydney 2018. The Invictus Games Foundation is currently reviewing a short list of cities bidding for the 2025, with the host city due to be announced in April 2022. More information from www.invictusgamesfoundation.org. You can also find the Invictus Games at Twitter, We Are Invictus, Instagram, We Are Invictus Games, Facebook, Invictus Games Foundation, LinkedIn, Invictus Games Foundation. About the Invictus Games, The Hague 2020, taking place 16 through the 22nd of April 2022. The Sustainable and Compact Invictus Games, The Hague 2020, will be held in the Zuider Park. The popular park will be renamed Invictus Games Park for the occasion. Everybody can enter the park for free, and tickets are sold for the sporting venues for those that wish to support and encourage those participating. In the Invictus Games Park, a temporary stadium is built in addition to the existing sports campus and athletics complex. Swimming is taking place in a nearby Hofbad. More information from www.invictusgames2020.com. As a leading global aerospace company, Boeing develops, manufactures, and services commercial airplanes, defense products, and space systems for customers in more than 150 countries. As a top U.S. exporter, The company leverages the talents of a global supplier base to advance economic opportunities, sustainability, and community impact. Boeing's diverse team is committed to innovating for the future and living the company's core values of safety, quality, and integrity. Learn more at www.boeing.com. So that is the official press release from Boeing Aircraft. And as you can tell, they are incredibly excited about the Invictus Games. If you go to the Invictus Games website, you'll find that Her Royal Highness Princess Margaret Creston's official Invictus Games The Hague 2020 tulip. Yes, she's actually nurturing the tulips that will help to celebrate the Invictus Games. Invictus Games 2020 have been postponed twice and will take place this April. From the first postponed edition, the Invictus Games tulips have been the symbol for this successful international sports event for physically and or mentally injured military personnel. The Invictus Games uses the power of sports to encourage recovery, support rehabilitation, and generate broader understanding and respect for those who serve or have served their country. Grown by tulip growers Jan and Jose Lightheart of Den Helder, this unique tulip represents, among other things, the invincibility of the competitors. After their mental or physical injuries, they have all found the inner strength to go on and pick themselves up, almost always with the help of family and friends, but always partly thanks to the power of sport. The christening was performed in the gardens of the Palais Het Loo next to the Koningsdoep, an impressive fountain. The ceremony was attended by Marta Kroot, Chairman Invictus Games The Hague 2020, Mrs. Lucy Ferguson, Deputy Ambassador UK, and also representative of the Invictus Games Foundation, and not to forget the growers, Jan and Jose Lightheart. Princess Marguerite is the honorary chair of the Invictus Games and will be present at the opening ceremony at the Invictus Games this month. King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands will attend the closing ceremony. Okay, that was my pre-recorded. I'm back. I hope you enjoyed it. I know Lydia had to go away for a meeting, but thank you, Lydia. If you can hear me, thank you for joining us today here on Royal Sussex. Anyway, but I am not done yet. Let's see. That was slide 1, slide 2. Okay, we're still here. All right. So that was my little presentation about Boeing and their participation. This is a big effing deal, you guys. Boeing, being such a large corporation, has committed to the Invictus Games for the very near future. And that agreement lets you know that the Duke of Sussex and, of course, the Invictus Game Foundation, that lets you know that they mean business. They mean bidness. So I'm in a good mood about it. It is reason to celebrate. So let's forget about all that negativity back in Narnia. Let them have all of that to themselves. Let them have their pudgy prince and the emotional support Camilla and all those people. Let them enjoy tearing at each other because the Sussexes are winning. Now, one thing I want to point out to you all, if you remember, where are you? Slide. Okay, there it is. If you guys remember, the Duke of Sussex went to a rodeo. Well, I don't have any additional news about that, but if you recall from that press release, they said that they were searching for another host city, I guess for what, 2024 or something like that. Well, anyway, the Invictus Games are going to be all over the world, really. So when he was in, oh, let's see, the rodeo was in, oh, let me get that right. Oh, okay. So the rodeo, I believe, was in Dallas. Well, because of Prince Harry's appearance, not only did it set some people's heart aflame hanging around the rodeo, but it also reminded us that Prince Harry is able to come and go from Montecito without leaks. The other thing is that the Houstonian, here's why Houston should have been part of Prince Harry's rodeo trip. Houston, just like any other city, may be looking forward to events like the Invictus Games. So, as you can see, this is a very public wooing of Prince Harry to come to Houston so that he could take a measure of the city. Because in the future, don't be surprised if Houston hasn't reached out to the Invictus Games as a potential host city. But there are so many great venues across the country. They will have their pick of cities across the country and indeed cities around the world. This is just to demonstrate the power of the Sussexes. Uh, the Sussexes are in great demand all over the place. And so, even though those people back there in Narnia are doing everything they can to try to make them so tarnished with the hate campaign that nobody wants to work with them, nothing could be further from the truth. I think Prince Harry would fit in just fine in Houston or Dallas or any place else should they decide to take the Invictus Games there or perhaps some other endeavor. But the Sussexes are going to be all over the place, but we're not going to see them publicly as we would probably wish. But as you know, when they're quiet, they're working. They're not just quiet for the sake of quiet. They're not quiet to go running through a rose garden or something. They are working on a future for their family, for the foundation, etc. So it's a good thing when you don't see the Sussexes. And of course, the haters are going to hate. Oh, what do we have there? Germany 2023? Yes, Dusseldorf. And where in 2025? I don't know. I don't know. But I believe they said they were going to make some new announcements this April about future, or maybe the next city, if not the next two or three cities. But I tell you, by the time this next Invictus game ends, they may have even more cities to announce because everybody is going to want a piece of that action. Let me see. Sheila Watson says, reminds me of the song Ain't No Stopping Us Now by McFadden and Whitehead. Ain't no stopping the Sussexes now. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I remember that song. I won't tell you what grade I was in when it came out, but I remember that song. But Sheila, let me tell you a very embarrassing story about that song. We were singing it at school as a chorus. We were singing it. Um, do you know there was only one person in the entire chorus who let out that little wow? I know you remember the wow. I was so into it that even though I wasn't supposed to throw that ad lib out there, I was the one that went, well, and everybody in the chorus turned around and looked at me. But you couldn't tell me nothing because I was getting down. Somebody had to throw the well. We're pulling ourselves together. We're getting ourselves down. And I went, well. I was so embarrassed. Everybody turned around and looked at me. And of course, I looked to the back, which there was nobody behind me, but I turned around because I wanted to know who did that too. Oh man, that song always reminds me of that. Anytime that song comes on, immediately I start blushing because I think about the day I made such a fool out of myself. Well, oh man, good memories, good memories. Okay, so I think the British media wants Harry and Meghan back in the UK. They are restless with regurgitated news without the leaks. They have nothing to report. Heather, that is so true. Oh, they want them back in the worst way. They want them back in the worst possible way. They should help to petition the courts or however they would go about it. But if they get the security right, then we'll have the dreams. But until the security is correct, I agree with Harry. Just stay away. The best thing to do is to just stay away. So there's another couple of images of the Sussexes at the past Invictus Games. Look at the joy on Harry's face, and he deserves that happiness. Everybody deserves to be that happy. Now, I don't know if you guys have helped me out with this or not. Can y'all please tell me why the First Lady, I asked this before and nobody will answer me. Why is the First Lady hyperextending the prosthetic limb of that competitor? Why? How did that happen? I'm still trying to figure out why is Michelle Obama twisting that prosthetic limb in that very awkward position. If you can work this out for me, please see it, say it, sort it. But that always tickles me when I see that picture. Everybody's just smiling, and there's our former First Lady hyperextending and twisting that poor lady's prosthetic limb. But I have to say, I have seen this photo several times before I actually noticed it. So, but yeah, I love this photo of Sussexes. And of course, I believe that, yeah, that was Toronto 2017. Check it out. You got the former president and the current president and First Lady just hanging out. Just hanging out. Oh, I love it, Connie. I love it. Yeah, some questions you should only answer with your attorney present. So thank you for that. Okay, and let me see. Okay, is it this one? Oh, not that. I did that one already. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I've gone through my slides. Have I? Did I miss anything? No, I haven't. Okay. Gosh, I tell you, sometimes things go by so fast. Well, let me see. We've only been on for an hour. I must have been talking really fast. Okay. Well, since you all have been so well behaved, let me do this. Nope, not that. Not that. Let me do this. As a way of celebrating Friday. And you guys have been on your best behavior. So let's do this. Hello, Ivy here. Hello, Ivy. Girl, the Duchess of Sussex won. Meet me at the Royal Sussex party. There's Nellie's gonna be there. All right, Ivy out. You know what? I have not come down from my high yet. As you know. Okay. All right. So that's that, you guys. As per usual, let's give let me get rid of that. Let's give some love to our faves, to the Queen of Everything, Doria, and to our Queen of Hearts, Diana. And with that, if you all have any final thoughts for today, please share it now. I wish. Maybe I'll work on that. That'd give me something to work on. I just think it's so funny when that nerd is doing that little. I don't ever want to see Harry do anything like that with his hips. I'm just going to say that. I don't ever want to see Harry's hips doing that thing that Baltimore was doing. Ever. I don't ever want to see that. Yes, it is. It is Ginger Avenger time. Okay, so let me see. Okay, anybody? Oh, no photographer, but that hand strangly twist, almost a form. Really? I don't know which one that is. Joan Garcia is having a party in my basement. My father came downstairs and loudly said, "We are dancing too close together." Okay. All right. So let's have something positive and uplifting to say farewell to one another. I do believe that the Duchess of Success is coming up soon. Also, if you missed it earlier today, Facts and 2 Cents was on. Okay. All right. We'll work on it. Harry can dance. Yes, he can. Have a great Friday, everyone. Okay, I like that. Have a great Friday, everyone. Love it, squatties. Okay, perfect, DP. That is our final thought for today. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Friday to everyone. Go out there and slay them this weekend. All right? Go out there and slay them. And cue Ginger Avenger. Oh, wait. I didn't want to miss that. Thank you, Noreen Lovelock. Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. And thank you all for 5 million views. Thank you for 5 million views. I have no words. 5 million views. That is extraordinary. In just 1 year, 5 million views. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. I'm not sure I can or I ever will, but thank you all so much. It has been the most humbling thing to realize that there are 5 million views on Royal Sussex. Okay, I'll see you guys. Love you all. And cue the Ginger Avenger. I said cue the Ginger. Where is he at? Ginge. Okay. Cue the Ginger Avenger. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Can't believe you're still here. I thought we said this was the end. Oh, okay. So yeah, again, 5 million views, over 400 videos. I think like 440 now. I am just blown away. When did this happen? I mean, I woke up one day and I said, you know what? I have to get committed to this channel. And you guys responded again and again. Also, for those of you who have been nice enough to send a gift via the Cash App and the PayPal, I have not responded yet, but I will very soon. Thank you for that. That was very nice. And that's it. I got to go and do some things. Okay, see you guys. Love you all. And don't forget, thank you for watching Royal Sussex.